This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. As Columbia University President Shafiq testified before Congress about accusations of anti-Semitism at the school, Democracy Now! Spoke to Columbia and Barnard College students yesterday who set up a Gaza Solidarity Encampment early Wednesday morning, with dozens of tents occupying the south lawn of the campus outside the main library. As we broadcast, students have been threatened with suspension and discipline action, but are still refusing to leave until their demands are met. They spoke about what they're calling for.
Down, down with occupation. Down, down with occupation. Up with liberation. Up with liberation.
My name is Maryam Alwan, and I'm with Columbia SJP, Students for Justice in Palestine, and we are here today to demand that Columbia divest immediately from all stakes in Israeli apartheid. Over 33,000 Palestinians have been killed, and as we speak, our president is testifying in front of the House in a game of political theater that is conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. We want to focus the attention on what's going on in Gaza and tell Columbia that we are not going anywhere no matter how much government suppression we face. We will keep fighting until they divest. They have been completely repressive. I mean, we've faced police brutality. We have faced countless policy changes. I mean, my group, along with Jewish Voice for Peace, was suspended in the fall semester completely illegitimately. I filed a lawsuit to counter that action. And it seems like the repression is only getting worse and worse and worse. But the more they repress us, the more we rise up, and that's why we've escalated. That's also why we've escalated here today. Not only are they not listening to us when we peacefully protest, when we attempt to just pass referendums for student voices to even be heard. They don't even want to listen to the students. They don't want to know what the students think. And so we're here to tell them that we will take up space and presence on this campus, and they're not going to be able to erase our support for Palestine. Since October, the very first protest that we've had, the university has begun closing the gates. Columbia actually normally in recent history did not close its gates to the public. However, the minute we started having protests for Palestine, they began doing so. They began calling the police department in full force onto our campus without consulting the university senate, bypassing its own procedures and policies to do so. At this point, no action that the university could take would surprise me. They have completely, violated all mechanisms of shared governance and their own policies and procedures, and they don't care. We're apprehensive, but we know that anything that Columbia or our government or the police try to do to us is nothing compared to what is going on in Gaza right now, the starvation that they are facing, and our money is funding this. We are not neutral. Our institution is not neutral, and our country is not neutral, and that is why we are here today.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! If Rafa doesn't get it, shut it down!
My name is Soph. I am with Jewish Voice for Peace at Columbia, and I am here today because I will not stand by while thousands and thousands of people are dying because of our tax dollars in this country, as Columbia's money is going towards a genocide. The money that should be funding our education is going to the bombs that are dropping on Gaza right now. Columbia is a majority share. It has massive amounts of shares in various organizations like Lockheed Martin that are supplying Israel with bombs right now, and we will no longer be complicit. In a campus like this that is filled with repression, that is every day we wake up and the administration tries to silence us more and more, we are here to say the more you try to silence us, the louder we will be. We will not be complicit. We will stand in solidarity because we know that we keep us safe, and there is no liberation except for collective liberation. The obvious and main demand is divestment from apartheid. Columbia is not even fiscally transparent. Unlike many universities, they do not even publish the companies that they are invested in. And through our research, we are highly aware of a multitude of companies that they are investing in, as I mentioned, that are funding genocide and apartheid. We're calling for an academic boycott. of Israel, which includes the Tel Aviv Global Center that Columbia is trying to build. We're calling for an end to student repression, student disciplinary action. We want to take back our campus because this should be a place for us. We're here to teach the world, to teach everyone around us the things that Columbia refuses to teach us and the things that Columbia refuses to do on its own campus. And frankly, every time we move, every time there's an action, every time there's a rally, Columbia just hits back stronger and stronger. And what that says to me is that they're scared of us. They know that the youth on this campus, as they have historically, are the voice of reason, are the voice of truth. And Columbia loves to talk about 68, they love to talk about 85, and they neglect to mention that just in those times, as they are now, the administration disciplined students, they harass students, they did nothing to protect the students who were protesting. Columbia has a long legacy of student activism, of student protest, and just as long a history of student repression and student discipline. There are dozens upon dozens of us that stand and say, not in our name. We refuse to be complicit in genocide. We refuse to believe that Israel is in any part related to our Judaism. In fact, our Jewish values inform why we're here, why we're standing in here. Jewish values of tikkun olam, of love, of appreciation, of respect, of mutual liberation. And so as Jews, we are here to say that we will always support the liberation of Palestine because that is what historically Jews have done. We have stood up for other oppressed peoples because we know that there can be no freedom until we are all free.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
My name is Sarah Boris. I'm a student at Barnard College, and I'm here because I was raised as an anti-Zionist Jew. It is important for me to stand with Palestine. I go to a university that is actively profiting off of the genocide of Palestinians and then is hiding behind Jewish students by saying that they want to crack down on us because of anti-Semitism. But as an anti-Zionist Jew, I know that that is the farthest thing from the truth. They are doing that because they know that we are on the right side of history, that they are doing something that is profoundly wrong, and it is our job during this genocide to come out and resist. There were Jews protesting against this genocide who were harassed and then attacked with a chemical weapon. That is not being addressed. This is, quite frankly, we're seeing McCarthyism once again. And our administrators need to be aware of the experience of anti-Zionist Jews, the way that anti-Semitism is being weaponized in order to crack down on this movement.
Voices from the South Lawn of Columbia University, where students have set up a Gaza Solidarity Encampment. Special thanks to Democracy Now!'s Hannah Elias and Tamery Astudio and Eric Halverson for that report.